I just am really pleased to be here today to kick this. This is the first session of Welcome to IT at UCLA. So welcome to the welcome session. One of the reasons I want to be here is I consider this to be enormously important, and I'm really pleased to be working with Jackie and Michelle putting this together. I wanted to give you a little bit broader context about why this is important, and you'll see that this is actually a natural progression for a number of things that have been going on this past year. From my perspective, it's actually returned to something we tried to do back in about 2001. It's only taken us 9 years to get here. But essentially the premise of, if you go back and look at the IT plan, and I encourage everyone to read it, and actually let me ask, how many people have read the IT 2020 plan? Let's, the front row. I would encourage people to read it. The first couple of pages is a good read. The rest you can dig into it. It's actually was approved by the campus in 2009. It didn't make sense to call it the Vision 2019 plan, so we changed it to the Vision 2020 just to kind of round it up. But in there is a concept called the digital citizen. This is something that came out of the planning activity across the campus. What digital citizen is basically about is our campus will benefit if we can, one, put technology in the hands of each faculty, staff, and student individually so they can do whatever their work they're trying to do in the best possible way. But what's key is it also said, we also recognize and we want to make them know that they have responsibilities to the campus as a part of our campus community. And this has a number of different things: ethics, it has security, it has behaviors with green, but it also has to do with sharing, collaboration, and the benefits of bringing data, information, and so forth back out to the community as you learn things. And so one of the things we did was we kicked this thing off, and actually Jackie has been leading this over the past year, probably a year and a half, 2 years at this point. But if you look at it fundamentally, it's basically saying that IT is about technology, right? But it's fundamentally about people. And so we're asking the question, how do you put the people back into the technology? And then the next thing we say is, well, IT is fundamentally about people, but it's also, it draws its strength from communities of people. So how do we take advantage of the communities of people? And if we're going to do this from a campus standpoint, then we recognize that the IT community is an important community in its own right. And so what this session is about is the IT community, and we want to build and strengthen that because we are actually critical to taking all of this forward. So one of the things we did is, and actually Jackie, Michelle, and all of you have to take the credit, not me, I just stayed out of the way, is that when this digital citizen concept got launched about a year ago, you as IT folks came together, and IT folks from all over the campus came together, and a number of really important ideas came out of this. And there's a whole list of them, you're going to hear about them today, but they have to do with security, they have to do with green, they have to do with helping our emeritus staff, they have to do with faculty technology, and a whole variety of things. And these have been enormously important and successful going forward to the campus, as we take these forward to the campus. And again, this is all dependent upon the IT people coming together as a community. And oh, by the way, one of the things that came out of this is, as we started talking to you and to your supervisors, one of the things that came out is, this has been really good to be working as a community on these kinds of things. The second thing is, a lot of you who have participated, I know some of you haven't, but there's very few people who are new to UCLA in this room. You recognize a lot of these. But those of you who have participated came back and said, listen, this has been great. I have a network of people all across the campus. It's helped my career development. I've been able to get access to a lot of opportunities. It's helped me personally. But we also talked to your supervisors, and they came back and said, listen, this time is well worth it. Rather than hunkering down and being isolated, what's coming back into the unit is a lot of information that's helping us collaborate and participate on the campus. So when we put all three of these together, there's actually a lot of benefit to all of us from an IT community standpoint to being a community, and then it also helps the campus. So I just see this as a tremendously important way of bringing us together and taking the campus forward, and this is what this is all about. One of the things I think you'll hear from Jackie as we go through the day is that at this point there's probably a good 100 or so people in the IT community that are working on these things in a direct way, so this front row is covering some of this. But it will benefit from more, You will benefit from participating, and there's actually, we need to create that way of how do you maintain, sustain, and build this pipeline of IT people as they come in. And so this is all about, this event is all about when new people come into the IT community on campus, how do we bring them in and get involved. So I hope you come away with this session with this sort of broader view about how you can participate in, gain from, and then help the campus community all the way around. And I hope you pass the word to all of your colleagues, and we certainly want to take this forward to the new people coming in. For those of you, I know most of you are not new to the campus, help us get this right. You know what the campus is like. Help us organize this in the right way, but it is an extremely important activity from my standpoint. That's why I want to be here. So it actually is really quite appropriate that we're starting off with the IT 2020 plan, which was formerly named the IT 2019 plan. That sounds better this way. But again, I thank you. Help us get us right. Really appreciate you being here. And I hope this is the first of many sessions as we go forward and reach out to the IT staff and work with you to do so. Or in other words, all of us doing that together. So thanks very much. I'm very, very pleased to kick this off. So, Jack, you get your... Okay.